Mic check, mic check, mic check. What's good? What's good? Today is Saturday, the 16th of January, and we're going to have a live stream. This is kind of dedicated to my dudes overseas. Had a very dope stream last night. If you're new to the channel or you missed it, check that out. Watch the chat. It was dope. Thank you to everybody who showed up, showed out, and listen. I still haven't even gotten through the whole thing yet because it just processed. And here we are live again, which is dope for me because it's just growth. But I'm only able to get through about half of it since it went fully processed, which is about like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. Because it's so funny listening to these dudes. It's hilarious. So if you get a chance, check out the chat. There's some comedians in the house, and that's very much appreciated. All right, so let me do what I didn't do last time, which is in the house and make sure we have a proper audio feed. I'm going to be live on Mr. Basic's YouTube channel tonight. Actually, I'll be leaving here and just going straight to his channel. So if you want to rock with me for the next 2 or 3 hours, hey, I don't know why, but you're more than welcome. Just a nerd on a journey. So I'm the Hip Hop Bob Ross. You can call me the Underground Zero or just Will. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm planning to, you know what? And let me just make sure, because that was a check on my own feed. And I want to make sure that there's a public feed. Because yesterday I ended up having to do like 5 because I screwed up the audio in the beginning and the visual failed on me the second time. So it was like a rough night. All right, dope. Is it? Where's the audio? Oh. Whew, I'm all like freaked out now. Come on. All right, there we go. Paranoid. I'll get over it. Oh, shit. All right, I'm going to have to shut that down for a bit. Okay, so the dedication portion of this, somebody that's new to the, chats and stuff like that. A lot of us have kind of seen each other around, but this man's not even on like any social media. But the man Troy UK had asked about wavetables. I didn't even look to see what his response was about me doing this live stream about that. But I figured I would do it anyway because it's a dope module. And actually, this module has come up a couple times already in the last 2 weeks. It's a polyphonic module, which is kind of unusual. It's very unusual to have a polyphonic module in the form of a wavetable synth is... I mean, if you're a sound nerd, it's everything. That's the Cadillac, that's whatever, There's other dope modules. But the way the spherical wavetable navigator works, the SWN, is completely different. So than your typical module. You're using a 3-dimensional platform to shape your sound. So instead of thinking about it like I'm sending a piece of audio through a filter, through an LFO, or whatever the case may be, or using an LFO, I should say. What you're doing is you're navigating around the sound. Instead of coming at the sound from left to right, you can come at it from side to, different angles of this, and really, I saw a video where somebody put like a 3-dimensional kind of model to what it does, and it's kind of like a donut, and you're navigating around this donut. So what you actually have is this the same feed? Is there something wrong with this? All right. So, what you end up having is a little module like this that you can pretty much plug up as a 2 voice or 3 voice synth, um, and it does have like some other capabilities, which for me makes it a really interesting piece of equipment to add to a modular system. More on the pricier side if you're into like DIY projects. One second here. Okay. If you're into DIY projects, this is probably on the pricier side. Like if you're just trying to get a single module that'll do a bunch of different stuff and you're okay with the 600 US price tag, then I recommend it, but it's not like an essential thing. Nothing is. I mean, if you've been here before, you see I use all this stuff. Everything in my studio I use. And I pretty much use it every day. So if you think you need something, just ask yourself, are you doing what you want to do with what you have? If you're doing what your goal is to do with what you have, then there's no need to get more stuff. But if your intended goal is beyond what you currently own, then just be smart about your purchases. Ask people. I like to get firsthand information. Typically, I will call somebody, text somebody. I really want the person that owns it to tell me their personal opinion on it, because you can watch all the YouTube videos you want, but I'm going to tell you something right now. A majority of these dudes want free shit, and they want to do deals with these companies to do reviews because they want free shit. You're not going to get that here. I can buy any of this stuff. I could buy 5 of these. It's not about how much shit you have. It's just about what is your creative mindset. You could have all this stuff, but what are you going to do with it? You gotta have a goal in mind. And if a track has 6 parts to it, let's say, including a vocal, I would love to have the ability as my guy. Hold on one second here. I'm having a really bad cramp. All right, so I'm just gonna stand up for a bit, but like my guy Promo, released this project called One Man Band. I highly recommend checking it out on Bandcamp. At least give it a listen. If you're not blown away by what you're hearing, then don't buy it. If it blows you away, buy it. It's nerd certified. Trust me. All right. One man band concept. You're trying to create like your own feel and vibe live or in real time. It doesn't have to be live. It's just that live thing is another challenge. So when I started this journey, I provided the stiffest challenge I could possibly provide myself. I hated being live because I was terrified, and I still get nervous. But with anything, the more you do it, the better you get. So do everything you hate doing and do it a lot. That's what I suggest as far as reaching your goals. I wanted to be able to make music, first of all, because I didn't know how to make music. So then I wanted to be able to do it with hardware instead of using plugins. You guys know me. I don't own any plugins. I don't own any plugins except for one called Reference and one that I just bought recently for mixing called something else. I can't remember. But other than that, I'm hardware. I don't even use a computer. I don't even track so I'm working with artists right now. We're collaborating. I do not use a computer at all. Everything I do is here. So if I need waves, I create stems using resampling. I track out using the Force, using the MPCX to export. You can export stems from song mode. You can export stems from the arranger. You can do everything in one box right here. So I can have different parts and pieces that I can lay out on different pieces of equipment and get a different vibe every time I do it. So for me, that's the part of music production that's always been the goal, is not can I make a beat, not can I make a dope beat, but can I consistently be intentional and be dope every time? And no, the answer is probably no. But the intent is to know exactly what you're doing, and to have the concepts down that work for you. So for me, I work a lot with resampling and sending audio to different machines, and I've learned to mix the audio in real time so that I can actually cut out bad frequencies that I hear. Obviously, there's stuff that you need to do post record, but uh, that's usually not done by me because I'm not the mixer guy. So I have really dope people that mix my tracks for me. So yeah, don't think you have to do everything on your own. You know, if what you're good at is spitting rhymes, then spit rhymes and get with dope people that make beats. If you make dope beats, and then get with people that are vocalists that sing or play instruments or whatever. So just, you know, uh, collaborate. That's the main thing. Um, Goals are important. For me, the most important thing is to be intentional. So if you hear something shitty, then because you know I'm doing it intentionally, you don't have to question me. That's not an easy thing to accomplish. It takes a long time to show people that you're shitty for a reason. No, I'm just using these loose terms. I don't think I'm shitty at it. I'm just saying, like, it's just a self-deprecating kind of tone. So anyway, back to this module. Let's just go ahead and plug this thing in and see what we get. It has its own sequencer built in. You can do many different modes. There's keyboard modes. You can do like LFOs for each voice, or you can use the LFOs for external equipment. I'll show you what that's about. And I do have to keep an eye on the time because, like I said, I'm committed with Mr. Basic. So I have about an hour. I have about, I would say, 45 minutes. So I'm about to get busy. All right. So it looks like there's somebody here, but I'm still not even sure that I'm live. My phone is not connecting. All right, cool. All right, so first things first, let's just get some cables, and I'm going to zoom in over here. Okay. All right. Let's just get some sound going into the mixer. Let me know if the audio is too high or too low. Let me know if it's good. I'm also going to shut off this microphone and just allow the vibes to kind of play. Let's see if I can make a little more light for myself without blinding the camera. All right, I think that'll be good. All right, just give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna start off. I think you guys be able to see that. Okay. Hold on. Here me bring this in a little like this instead. Let me just bring in this camera. It'll be a much better shot if I can just get closer. Here we go. I think that'll work. All right. Now, I'm gonna trip, but oh well. Okay, looks good. And let me go like this. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, let me go ahead and pop this guy in. You know what's weird is I can't see very good. I know the camera's looking decent, but I have to be able to see a little bit. That's a little hot. All right, we'll bring that down, call it good. This is a dope little app. Okay, that's better. Now I can just bring up the brightness a little. There. Way better. All right, now I can see too. Okay, so let's take the output right here. This thing sounds wicked, so be prepared. I'm actually going to go into the filter so that I can actually make it tolerable. Let's move this over here. Come on. All right, it's already pumping gas. So let me take the sends. It's still on what I was doing last night, actually. All right, so now, you know, I didn't think I was gonna like, when I first got into synthesis, it didn't make any sense to me why somebody would want a modular. I was so new to synthesis, and I just kept thinking there's no way that you can know what all that stuff does. Why would you want something that you can't save? And I read in an article like 5 years later, and then it made sense because I already had a little bit of experience with synthesis. Somebody said there's something beautiful about having a new journey every time you sit down. And when you can do it intentionally, you don't need to save stuff. And to me, that was so inspiring. Like, I could master something like this, even if I wasn't an artistic person. I've never considered myself an artist. I do now, but I thought of myself as a creative person, but not necessarily an artist. So, always been creative though. Like, always made my own Halloween costumes. I was, one year, I'll tell you this story real quick, this is funny. One year, me and my wife went as Papa Smurf. Damn, that thing is bright. Papa Smurf and Smurfette. So there was like a red hat for Papa Smurf and the beard and everything. And like Smurfette with like a pair of tennis shoes cut out to make it look like sandals. And blue tights and all that. I was Smurfette. So my wife was Papa Smurf and I was Smurfette. And it was the dopest Halloween because we went out and did this, you know, is like a gathering for people, um, just like at a spot like a local Eagles club type thing or whatever. But everybody was dressed up and came to friggin' Smurfs. One like really huge one wearing a fucking white dress and blue friggin' stockings, and I'm gonna post that picture on Halloween this year. So that was a really fucking fun and creative use of shitty material. And then I built this monster. I had stilts. I'm gonna post that picture too. I was on stilts that were like 3 feet tall. So my daughter was Link, which is a small little Zelda character or whatever, and I was on stilts with a cape and a black mask on. And I'm underneath. I had to practice. I had to walk on these stilts with a mask on, and I kept falling. It was terrible. That was the worst idea ever. I even strapped the stilts. They were just pieces of wood. I even strapped the stilts to my leg. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Good story. All right, cool. Let's get back to this shit here. This is our sound. It's pretty wild right now. We gotta kind of tame it. Okay, I'm gonna bring the... Let me see, is that loud? I'm gonna listen here. All right, let me take a listen. All right, so now I'm going to activate the different chords. Okay. It's pretty. Now we can change the pitch of each one. Let's change the speed of some of the LFOs. Changing the type first. There we go. The blue ones. Can you see that? So the blue waves, the blue LFOs are just like sine waves, and then there's red ones, and there's all kinds of different types of LFOs. If my mic needs to come up or something, let me know. It sounds low, but I don't know. Okay, so now I'm just gonna slow this one down. There's one that's ringing like this one. I turn it down. I'm gonna go up with it. No, let's come down. All right, cool. So now I'm just gonna start messing around with the timing and stuff. And this is actually clocked. So let me hit play. So we can keep everything timed, because if we want to use it, we need to be in time. Okay, now let's make this a better chord. And you can always reset it just by holding down this button here and tapping it. Let's change the LFOs. I'm going to reset the LFOs. There we go. Now we need to start modulating it. We haven't even started modulating. I need shorter cables. So what I'm showing you now is just a pattern, but there's many, many modes to mess with. Let's go over here. All right, let's get this thing talking. I like the vibe of the sound. I need to find a better way to use it. it's like that, huh? I feel something dope coming. That's the water. Hear that? Yay. Here you go. Some more. Want more? Here you go. I'll even turn on my drums for you. All that water right outside my studio. You don't know how scary that is. It's not even outside my studio, it's inside my studio. All right, that's it. I will see y'all next time. Peace, everybody. You catch me on Mr. Basics channel. And I'm going to be making some announcements. I got to make sure that the details are correct and everything. But yeah, stay tuned. We got some announcements to make. Probably later today or tomorrow. Peace, everybody.